Well, I don't know if you or say, oh, damn, gotta wait a week. Well, luckily I was able to go down yesterday and pick up 50 yards of 2-inch tape. So I've got my tape, and I've got the 3-inch from Chuck down at Duckworks. And I got the mast set up, and I got some of my grip equipment holding everything in place. And I just wanted to, here's the nylon covered one, and here's the just brushed out. You can kind of, well, maybe you can't tell the difference in the surface, but I'm going to go with the wrapped on, and then just use my putty knife, which has been all cleaned up and ready to go. And there was something somebody had commented, I didn't know exactly what this stuff was made of, but the strapping tape is high tensile steel, so I mean it's tough to bend and to cut and everything. So okay, I've got the mast up on my bogan supports down at the other end. I got it on a floor to ceiling stand, and then my magic arm is holding it in kind of like a crook of the arm, and then down here I've got a magic clamp on my bogan stand holding it firm. But I put my centerline string on as a last resort. I know I went around and wiggled the Costco tarp, and it's loose on the right now. I can wiggle it around, so then I had to go back and make certain that I didn't unwiggle all my centerline stuff. So it's centerlined all the way down to the end. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove this string and start putting some tape on. I'm trying to decide whether I want to go from the bottom end up or from the top down as to which way I want to wrap it. I'll think about that. There, that's a better look for you. Setting up this angle up here, and to make certain, whatever words that I always use, that 13 feet is about in here, so I'm going to add a little bit up here. So, and I've got it set up to where the mast can turn, and I can go ahead, and I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on it, so I don't want to compress underneath. Now we got our first wrap on our metal plate. The sun's back out again. Also have to come back just a little bit. I put a weight, a clamp hanging on the tape to keep pressure on it. Then I came back and just did just a little bit of light gripping. Get some of the slack out. And probably once in a while roll it around so you see all the sides. There's enough stretch in the tape to push the overrides away and fill the gaps. But I don't think you really need to worry too much about the gaps. You know, the next layer is going to cover anything in there, and then the sleeving will cover it all. So yeah, it looks like maybe I got, I don't know, half an inch of tape in here. So you just got to massage that all the way along there. Reached the whole end, and I measured off as I was going along. I made a mark, and then I measured out 6 inches, and just down on the fat end, and then I rolled it around to see where it would line up, and down about in here, well, here's the marks, it's about 6 inches for every full roll, so it takes 2 to get 4 inches, I guess. Hopefully there'll be enough tape. I'm trying for six wraps. First one good. Let me come around and well, I can, instead of wasting time now, I'll move some of the gapping. You know, if I see gaps, I can do that while I'm doing the second wrap. I think too, if you get it too tight, you can't move it around too much. So that's something I'll have to keep an eye out to myself. Well, I'm back up to the end again, and I probably, as I was going along, I discovered I was unwrapping, pushing up the other one along the way. So I'm going to start at the other end again and come back up. Well, I've got 3 wraps on it now. But sadly, this is all I got left. 50 yards before I put on the sleeving. So I don't know. This here end was 3 wraps, and then this one was 6. So you can see the difference. This one's fairly tough, so I'm going to open up the sheathing, see how thick that is. I may just go with 3 wraps and that sleeving, or I may break out. I got some scrap cloth. I may take off this 3rd weave, roll it back on the roll, and put a layer of straight cloth, maybe, I don't know. I was hoping for a little thicker section, but I don't want to get into super thick, but this damn thing is tough. So what the hell, if I break it, I'll just go out and get an aluminum one, which I probably should have started, but you guys all wanted to see me do it. No, and there was a guy that asked me, and my aluminum tube, some guy was asking me where I was getting it down in Kent, one of the commenters, and it's at Metals Supermarket down just off of, see what the hell that'd be, West Valley, at about 71st or 70th, somewhere around in there. It's about a block or 2 east of West Valley. Yeah, so they're in the phone book. Good people to deal with, and they always have the stuff there. Good prices and all kinds of lengths. It's a good thing I checked this package. This stuff that Chuck sent me, it is super thick. So 3 wraps it's going to be, and then this. So let me go ahead and get this out and slip it on. We'll do a little flyby on the tape, and there's somewhere around in here's one of those. Right there is one of the metal things, but it went on fairly good. Probably getting a lot of moire on the screen here, and there's another hump right there. This is probably the little one on the side, yeah. And the other one's right here. So let me go ahead and slip that sheathing on. That's really thick stuff. Thank you, Chuck. This stuff looks like I could stick my whole body inside of it. So I don't know exactly how. Let me reset up here to see how I'm doing this. I guess I'm just going to have to start sliding it on. It's kind of like a Chinese finger puzzle. There's supposedly 16 feet over here. Oh, this stuff is tough. This is thick, thick, thick. Let me go ahead and keep out of the dirt. Let me move the box and we'll come back. Went and put a arm in my grip stuff. So I guess you just kind of like pull it apart and slide it on down. It seems to be that's the way it's working. Yeah, this stuff, I don't know what it is. It's be interesting to see what it, how the thickness of the weave goes after I get it all on. This is really, really heavy stuff. So I'm glad I stopped at 3 wraps before I got this out. The mast would have been way too heavy. I'll have to ask Chuck if all the sleeving is the same weight. No use in wasting time here. We'll come back when I get it all done. And before I start drawing it down to fit. Well, I have it down here at the very end, and my mast I was wanting to stop right about in here, so I'll probably go ahead and take this and choke that off at that point. That'll give me an inch or two to cut down. Now, here's a way to do it. Let me come back and move a rubber band out here. Well, I've got it. You can see, I don't know how many times I'm going to, if I put it here, I bulge up. So I guess I'm just going to have to